Yeah. Fulton Steamer Volleyball is on the air live from Stan Borgman Court here at Fulton High School. It is a Northwest Upstate Illini Conference Southern Division matchup tonight as the Fulton Steamers play host to the AFC Raiders. How you doing, everybody? Robert Bertram live here from Fulton High School, Stan Borgman Court. The site of this matchup tonight between these two Southern Division foes in the NUIC. This will be the first of two regular season meetings between these two schools. AFC comes into the contest tonight sitting at 0-2 in Southern Division play. They're 2-4 on the season. They're coming off a loss to Morrison on Tuesday night, losing to the Phillies 2-0. They are under the direction of first-year head coach Christine Wolf. Next action for AFC will be Saturday when they'll play at Pearl City. The Fulton Steamers coming into the contest tonight sitting at 1-1 in Southern Division play. They currently stand in third place. Eastland leading the division at 2-0. Milledgeville a half a game back at 2-1. And then the Steamers a full game back at 1-1. Fulton 8-3 overall. Now the Steamers are coming off a championship at the Byron Invitational on Saturday. The Steamers finished a perfect 5-0 to win the Byron Invitational on Saturday. They defeated Eastland 2-0 in the title game to again bring home the trophy in first place at the Byron Invitational on Saturday, as again the Steamers went 5-0 in that tournament, including a 2-0 win over Eastland in the title game. And then on Tuesday night, the Steamers got back into Southern Division play in the NUIC, and they come up with a victory over Polo 2-1. The Steamers won the first match 25-21. They dropped the second set 23-25, and then came back and won the third set over Polo on Tuesday night, winning 25-22. Now next action after tonight for the Steamer girls will be on Saturday, when they will cross the river over into Iowa and take part in the Clinton High School River Queen Classic. And then on Tuesday of next week, they will travel to Amboy. And now here is our national anthem. So there you have our national anthem, as we'll get set for the introductions of tonight's starting lineups. Just a JV game played tonight, and it was Fulton defeating Eastland, or defeating AFC rather, in the JV match tonight, winning 2 games to none.
First, for AFC, the center, a senior, number 18, Evelyn.
For AFC, it'll be number 18, Evelyn James.
Sophomore, number 12,
Also number 12, Lily Cooper. Also number 8, Reese Polk.
specialist, number 16, a senior, Allie Pryor.
Also it'll be senior Allie Pryor.
Middle hitter, senior, number 26, Natalie.
Also for the Raiders, number 26, Natalie Schaefer, a senior. Also number 10, Claire Freeman. And it'll be number 42, Elena Rett-Folari, the senior. As is tradition here at Fulton High School, lights go down, the video board lights up with Fulton Steamer Volleyball highlights, and then we'll get to the Steamer starting lineup here tonight. As we mentioned, the JV match going to Fulton as they defeated AFC 2 games to none. And now we're getting set for the varsity match between Fulton and AFC. Glad to have you aboard wherever you're tuning in our telecast here this evening. Whether you're in Ashton, Franklin Center, Fulton, or elsewhere across the country, around the world, thanks for tuning us in here tonight. We'll have Steamer football coming up tomorrow night as the Steamers play host the second-ranked unbeaten Stockton from Steamer Field. We'll have that matchup for you coming up tomorrow night. But first things first, it's volleyball time here from Stan Borgman Court. Now here is your starting lineup for the Fulton Steamers tonight. Under the direction of 31st year head coach Stacy Gurman. She's just 10 wins away from 600. For the Steamers, it'll be number 10, Avery Bush. Also number 13, Haley Smither, the senior. Also for the Steamers, it'll be number 12, Jordan Rathburn, the senior. Also it'll be number 3, Kirby Gurman, the freshman. Also for the Steamers tonight, it'll be number 1, Belle Curley, the senior. It'll be number 5, the sophomore, Breanne Brennan. And the final Steamer starter tonight will be number 26, Jada Shaver, the senior. She is the libero. So again, the Steamers coming in at 1-1 in the NUIC South, 8-3 on the season. AFC comes in at 0-2 in Southern Division play, 2-4 on the season. And again, Eastland leading the division right now at 2-0. Milledgeville a half a game back at 2-1. The Steamers sitting at 1-1 in the conference. Polo also sitting at 1-1. Morrison sitting at 2-2. Then you have Amboy at 1-3 and AFC sitting at 0-2. Also tonight in the NUIC South, it's Eastland playing host to Polo. In a match played last night, it was Morrison defeating Amboy 2-1, and it was Stockton over Milledgeville 2-1. So there you go, the stage is set. Officials will make sure everybody's in line, in the right lineups, and then we will get tonight's contest underway here from Stan Borgman Court. Fulton and AFC. And it will be AFC to serve to get the game underway. Claire Freeman. And the Steamers can't get the return. An early 1-0 advantage for AFC. Side out remains for the Raiders. As they lead it early here in the first set, 1-0. Another serve by Freeman. Steamers, Gurman gets it over. AFC will bump it back over. Now the Steamers will get it back on the return. AFC sets far side, push it over. Steamers get the return. Now a set in the middle. Nice block by the Steamers up front. Smither and Rathburn ties it up, 1 apiece. Side out Fulton. Here in the opening set, Jada Shaver to serve. She's 95% on the season with 8 aces. Nice serve. Tapped over, and the Steamers can't get the return. Drops in for the point. And the Raiders have the lead at 2-1. Side out AFC. Brett Filari to serve. Set up front, Williams pushed it over for the Steamers. Now the Raiders get the return. Steamers this side, Gurman dug out of there nicely by AFC, but the returns over the end line, Steamers get the point. Ties it up 2-2, side out Fulton. Coming in to serve for the Steamers will be Zoe Kunau. Kunau 85% on the season with 18 aces. Second on the team. Pushed over by AFC. Set far side for the Steamers, and that one's gonna go down for the point by Jessa Reed. And the Steamers lead it 3-2. Side out remains for Fulton. Again, Zoe Kunau to serve. Left-handed serve, a nice one. And AFC can't get the return, it's into the net. So the Steamer point, 4-2 Fulton. Side out remains for the Steamers. Again, Zoe Kunau to serve. So Steamers try to put a little run together, but that one's too strong over the end line. Point AFC, side out for the Raiders. Reese Polk will serve. With her squad down 1 here in the opening set, 4-3. Nice serve to the middle, set on the near side for Gurman. And that one's down for the kill. And for Kirby Gurman, that is her 140th kill of the season. This is served by Gurman, a nice one, and that's an ace. Kirby on the season serving 91%, had 9 aces. Tack that one on for number 10. And a 6-3 Steamer lead here in the opening set. Served by Gurman once again to the back row. AFC gets the return. Steamers set it up front. Williams tapped it over. Now the Steamers have to hustle and they can't get the return. So it's a point AFC, side out for the Raiders. Allie Pryor to serve. 6-4 Fulton. There's a left-handed serve to the back. Steamers set, far side, tapped over. AFC running out of room. Can't get the return. Steamers get the point in the side out. 7-4 Fulton. Bell Curley comes in to serve. Bell on the year 89% with 6 aces. Her team up 7-4. Here in the opening set, best 2 out of 3, and that one's too strong. Over the end line for the point, AFC. Side out Raiders, Natalie Schaefer to serve. Again, 7-5 Steamers. German on the dig, set out far side. That one's down for the kill by the Steamers, and it's 8-5 Fulton. Reed on the kill, 8-5 Steamers, side out Fulton. Brianne Brennan to serve, 94% on the season with a team leading 19 aces. And AFC can't get the return. Point Steamers, side out remains Fulton. 9-5. Again, Brennan to serve. Nice serve to the middle. Tapped over by the Raiders. Set up front. And that one's blocked out of bounds. It's off the hands of the Raiders. Steamers get the point. Leading now 10-5 here in the opening set. Side out remains for Fulton. Again, Brianne Brennan to serve once again. And that one's too strong over the end line. Point Raiders, side out AFC. Claire Freeman to serve. There's the serve. Steamers can't get the return. It's 10-7. Side out remains for AFC. Again, Freeman to serve. We're in the opening set, best 2 out of 3. Set up front. Nice block by the Raiders. Steamers get it over on the return. Raiders cannot. It's into the net for the Steamer point. 11-7 Fulton, side out for the Steamers. Avery Bush to serve, 90% on the season with 8 aces. Nice serve to the back. Raiders get it over. Steamers set near side for German, and German knocks it down for the kill. 12-7 Steamers. Side out remains Fulton. Again, Avery Bush to serve. And that one's too strong over the end line. So the Raiders get the point. Side out AFC. And it's Claire Freeman to serve. With the Raiders down, rather it's Evelyn James to serve. And the Steamers can't get the return. It's into the net. Point Raiders. Side out remains for AFC. It's 12-9. Fulton. There's the serve. And the Steamers can't get the return. Point AFC. It's 12-10. Raiders putting together a little run. Side out remains for AFC. Steamers set, far side, tapped over by Haley Smither. And it's down for the point. 13-10, put an end to the Raider run. Side out Steamers. Jada Shaver in to serve. With the Steamers up 3 here in the opening set. Nice serve towards the back. Raiders get the return. Steamer set far side. Raiders can't get it. Rathburn credited with that point. 14-10 Steamers. Side out remains Fulton. Again, Shaver to serve. Nice serve to the back. Tapped over by the Raiders. Steamers set up front. They can't get it over. And the point for AFC. Side out for the Raiders, who are hanging around here in the opening set. It's 14-11 Steamers. Side out for AFC. Rhett Filari to serve. And that is too strong over the end line by the Steamers. 14-12. AFC within 2. Side out remains for the Raiders. They're back within 2, and this one's too strong over the end line. Steamers get the point. 15-12. Fulton side out for the Steamers. And it will be Zoe Kunow to come in and serve. 15-12 Steamers. Kunow to serve. To the back. Pushed over. Now a set up front. That one's down for the kill by Iris Williams. 28th kill of the season. And the Steamers up 4 now at 16-12. Side out remains Fulton. Kunow to serve. Another nice serve. Tapped over. Steamers get the return. AFC knocked it back over. Now the Steamers get it over. Nice volley. And the Raiders can't get the return. It's into the net for the Steamer point. 17-12 Fulton. Side out remains for the Steamers. Again, Zoe Kunow serving. Steamers up 5 here in the opening set. Another nice serve. Tapped over by AFC. There's a set near side for Gurman, and that's down for the kill. Off the set from Zoe Kunow. 17-12 Fulton. Side out remains for the Steamers. Now we have the official on the near side. He's going to have a chat with the other official. Don't know what that's about. Now they're calling in the line judge from the far side. Have a little chat there. All right. So Zoe Kunow again to serve. 17-12 Steamers. And that one's too strong over the end line for the AFC point. 17-13 Steamers. Side out now for AFC. Reese Polk to serve. There's the serve, and that one's over the end line, too strong. Steamer point, side out Fulton, 18-13. Here in the opening set from Stan Borgman Court. Again, glad to have you aboard wherever you're tuning in our telecast tonight. We'll have Steamer football coming up tomorrow night. Peyton Stretton to serve. AFC with a return. It's too strong over the end line for the Steamer point, 19-13. Again, Peyton Stretton serving for the Steamers. Up 6. And that one's into the net. AFC gets the point. 19-14 Steamers, side out for the Raiders. Ella Kaufman to serve. There's the serve to the back. Set near side. Smither can't get it over. It's into the net. AFC gets the point. 19-15. Side out remains for the Raiders. There's the serve, and that's into the net. By Ella Kaufman. Steamers get the point. 20-15. Side out Fulton. Belle Curley comes in to serve. Steamers up 5 here in the opening set. Here's Curley's serve to the middle. AFC's got to scramble, try to play it off the ceiling. They can't. Drops in. Point Steamers. 21-15. Fulton. And a timeout called for by AFC. So we'll step aside, come back after this message. Robert Bertram back here, Stan Boardman court following the AFC timeout. Again, Belle Curley to serve to the middle. Raiders get the return. Steamers set up front, tapped over by Haley Smither. AFC pushes it over. Now the Steamers on the near side, tapped over on the return. Returned back by AFC. Set far side, and that one's down for the kill. By Jesserie. 22-15 Steamers. Side out remains for Fulton. Again, Belle Curley serving. Nice serve. Tapped over by AFC. Set near side, and Raiders, good hustle. They'll get the return. Now a set up front for Haley Smither from Zoe Kunow, and Smither knocks it down for the kill. 23-15. Fulton with the lead. Again, side out remains for the Steamers. Belle Curley once again to serve. Nice serve to the middle. Raiders push it over. Now Kunow sets it near side for Smither. Gets it over. Raiders get the return. Steamers scramble, set it up, tapped over. Raiders get the return. Now a set up front, tapped over by Smither. Good hustle by the Raiders. They get the return. A good volley back and forth, ladies. And that one's going to go into the net off AFC. Nonetheless, a great volley between the two teams. 24-15. Fulton with the lead here in the opening set. Match point. And there's an ace. What a way to finish the first set with an ace, courtesy of Belle Curley. And the Steamers take the first set 25-15. 25-15. Fulton takes the first set over AFC. We're going to step aside for this extended timeout. When we come back, we'll get set for set number 2 here from Stan Boardman Court. It's an NUIC Southern Division matchup. Fulton and AFC. Set 2 coming up shortly. We'll come back after this timeout. Robert Bertram back here. Stan Boardman court, set one in favor of the Steamers. They take the first set over AFC 25-15 in this NUIC Southern Division match. And Fulton to serve as we get set two underway. Avery Bush to serve. And that one's in. There's an ace. AFC backed away. Thought it was going to go over the end line. It did not. Hit just inside for the Steamer ace by Avery Bush. And an early 1-0 lead. Raiders get it over. Steamers set it up front, and that's off the set from Brianne Brennan, the kill to Haley Smither. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Steamers here in the second set. Bush, there's another ace. And it's 3-0 Steamers. Side out remains Fulton. And the Steamers coming in at 1-1 in the Southern Division. Game back of league leading Eastland. There's another ace for Avery Bush. Side out remains for the Steamers. They're out quick, 4-0 here in the second set. Another nice serve. Raiders get the return, but a good block on that far side. Between Jordan Rathburn and Haley Smither teaming up on that far side. 5-0 Steamers. Side out remains Fulton. And that one's in for the kill by Smither. It's 6-0 Steamers. Here in the second set, side out remains for Fulton. Again, Avery Bush to serve. That's a net serve. Hit the net, rolled over. AFC will get the return. Sometimes those are difficult to get a return on, but the Raiders managed to get it back. Now here's Gurman trying the kill attempt. Raiders keep it alive, get the return. Set up front for the Steamers, tapped over, and the Raiders can't get the return as they watch the ball sail out of bounds off their hands. 7-0 Steamers here in the second set will lead to a timeout, AFC. We'll step aside from Stan Boardman court, come back following this timeout.
Saying around here that says
Welcome back to Stan Boardman Court here at Fulton High School following the AFC timeout. Steamers off to a 7-0 lead here in the second set, leading to that Raider timeout. Here's Gurman. Nice block up front, down for the Raiders. Lily Cooper, the sophomore. It's 7-1, Raiders on the scoreboard. Side out, AFC. And that serve by Evelyn James is too strong over the end line for the Steamer point. It's 8-1 Fulton, side out Steamers. Just joining us, Fulton won the first set, 25-15. They lead here in the second set, 8-1. There's a set tapped over by the Raiders. Steamers have to work for it, get the return. Now the Raiders tap it over, and it's off the hands of Jada Schaefer out of bounds for the Raider point. 8-2, AFC trailing Fulton. Side out remains for the Raiders. Cooper to serve. There's the serve. Steamers look for the return. Gurman Nice save by AFC to get it over. Now the Steamers get the return. Raiders tap it over. Steamers set near side for Gurman. She taps it over, back over by the Raiders. Now here's Gurman. And that one's going to go down for the Steamer point, courtesy of Kirby Gurman. It's 9-2 Steamers here in the second set. Side out Fulton. Coming in to serve will be Zoe Kunau, with her team up 7 here in the second set. Nice left-handed serve to the back. That one's bumped over by the Raiders. Kunau sets near side for Gurman, and her shot's into the net. The Raiders get the point. 9-3 Fulton. Side out AFC. Reese Polk to serve. There's the serve. Set far side. That one's down by the Steamers' Jessa Reed. 10-3 Fulton. Side out Steamers. Kirby Gurman to serve. The Steamers up 10-3 here in the second set. A nice serve by Gurman. There's an ace. Side out remains for Fulton. Again, Kirby Gurman to serve. Just a freshman. There's the serve. Nice one to the back row. Tapped over by the Raiders. Back by the Steamers. And the Raiders run out of room, as Fulton will get the point. 12-3 Steamers. Side out remains for Fulton. And coming in to serve for the Steamers will be Brooklyn Vogel. There's the serve, and that one's out. 12-4, side out AFC. Here in the second set, Steamers lead 12-4. There's the serve. Set up front, knocked down by Iris Williams. 13-4 Steamers, side out Fulton. Belle Curley to come in and serve. Again, the Steamers back in action on Saturday. They'll travel across the river to Clinton High School in Iowa to take part in the River Queen Classic. Kunau sets near side. Smither knocks it over. (14-4). Steamers side out Fulton. Belle Curley to serve. And that one's into the net. AFC with the point. 14-5 Steamers side out for AFC. Rhett Filari to serve. There's the serve. And Steamers can't get the return. Point Raiders, 14-6. Side out remains for AFC. Again, the Steamers won the JV match 2-0 over AFC. There's a set up front for Haley Smither, and she knocks it down for the kill. So it's off the Raiders out of bounds. 15-6 Steamers, side out Fulton. And Brianne Brennan to serve. 15-6. There's a set, and the Raiders can't get the return. Steamers get the point, 16-6 Fulton. Side out remains for the Steamers. Again, Brennan to serve. And there's an ace. 17-6. Fulton here in the second set. And the Steamers won the first set 25-15. Brennan to serve. And that one's too strong over the end line. AFC with a point. 17-7, side out Raiders. Claire Freeman to serve. There's the left-handed serve, just over the net. Steamers set up front for Ailey Smither, and she gets the kill. 18-7 in favor of the Steamers, side out Fulton. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor. It's 18-7 Fulton. Here in the second set, we'll step aside, come back after this timeout. All right, welcome back. Following the timeout, 18-7 Steamers. And the serve into the net. AFC gets the point. Madison Bolton on the serve attempt. 18-8 Steamers, side out AFC. Freeman on the serve, and that's an ace. Steamers can't get the return. It's 18-9. Fulton. Evelyn James serving. There's a set far side for the Steamers. They tap it over. There's a set up front. Pushed over by the Raiders. Steamers scramble to get the return. They get it. Now a set far side for the Raiders. They knock it over. Steamers near side. Gurman tapped it over. Raiders keep it alive and get the return. It drops up over the net. In for the point. It's 18-10. Steamers with the lead. Side out remains AFC. Again, James to serve. Nice serve. Steamers play it out of the net. Get it over on the return. And that one's going to drop in for the Raiders. 18-11. Side out remains AFC. Again, James to serve. Here in the second set. And that one will not get over the net. Steamers get the point. And that'll put an end to the Raider run. It's 19-11 Fulton. Side out Steamers. Jada Shaver to serve. There's the serve to the back, and the Raiders can't get the return. There's an ace. It's 20-11. 9-point Steamer lead here in the second set. Again, Shaver to serve. Nice one. Pushed over by the Raiders. And they get the point, 20-12. Steamers with a lead, side out AFC. Cooper to serve. Nice serve to the back. There's a set up front. Williams tapped it over for the Steamers, and then that one's knocked over by the Raiders for the point. 20-13 Fulton. Side out remains AFC. There's the serve. And the Steamers can't get the return. It's into the net. 20-14. The Raiders putting a little rally together here. They're within 6. And that serves too strong over the end line. So 21-14 Steamers. Side out Fulton. here in the second set. Zoe Kunau in to serve. There's the left-handed serve, a good one, tapped over by the Raiders. Steamers set near side for Gurman, can't get it to go down, it's into the net. Raiders get the point, side out, AFC. 21-15, Steamers. Raiders with the side out, Reese Polk to serve. Fulton won the first set, 25-15. That one's over the end line for the point. It's 22-15 Steamers. Side out Fulton. Brooklyn Vogel in to serve. Steamers lead 22-15 here in the second set. And that serves too strong over the end line. So side out AFC. Allie Pryor to serve for the Raiders. There's the left-handed serve to the back corner. Steamers scramble for the return, they get it. Now the Raiders look to get it back, they cannot. Into the net, Steamers get the point. It's 23-16, Fulton side out for the Steamers. And Belle Curley will come in to serve. 23-16 Fulton. Here in the second set. Nice serve to the middle, tapped over by the Raiders, back over by the Steamers. Now the Raiders get the return. Kunau sets it up front, tapped over by Ailey Smither for the point. Drops in, it's 24-16. Match point Steamers, Belle Curley to serve. The Steamers up 24-16 here in the second set. Here's the serve. Raiders scramble, get it over. Kunau sets it for the Steamers, and that's down for the kill by Jessa Reed, and that's a winner. 25-16. The second set goes to the Steamers as well. They get the first set 25-15. They win the second set as well, 25-16. Steamers improved to 2-1 in the NUIC South, 9-3 on the season. AFC drops to 0-3 in the conference, 2-5 on the season. So the Steamers get the win, 2-0 over AFC here in the varsity contest. The JV match going to Fulton as well, 2-0 over AFC. We'll step aside, come back, and get set to wrap things up here. We'll have a chat with the head coach, Stacy Gurman, as well. That's coming up next, but first let's take this quick timeout.
From the moment I walk in the morning to the time I go home at night, I'm helping people. And they're doing things that made me nervous the first time and even the second time, and that is buying or financing a home. It makes me happy to be able to help them be more comfortable in that process. And that's generally the case. By the time we get to closing, everybody's pretty comfortable with the situation and the financing options they have.
All right, welcome back to Stan Borgman Court here at Fulton High School, where the Fulton Steamers have defeated the AFC Raiders tonight, winning 2-0 They won the first match 25-15, the second match 25-16, and the Steamers coming up with that impressive two-set win. And joining us, Jessa Reed, congratulations. What a win here tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, we played really well together. We played as a family, which was really good, bouncing back from Tuesday.
You guys had to have that momentum coming off that big championship match over in Byron, and to bring home first place, that had to make you guys feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, it was really hot on Saturday. There was no air conditioning, but we still brought the energy. We played really well, and we just wanted to bring the energy tonight to our home court.
So that had to help that momentum heading into tonight, knowing here a big Southern Division match against AFC. And you guys pretty much worked it out, came out 25-15 in that first set. Had to feel good giving you that momentum heading into the second match.
Yeah, we knew that they could bring it the next set and that they would be challenging, so we still needed to bring our energy and play hard. And so it really helped knowing that we could play as good as we did and bring it next to the next set.
This has to help you guys come together as a team, and I know there's been everybody trying to mesh together, and it really showed here tonight. Everybody did their part for this win.
Yeah, everyone played really well. We have practiced really hard the past couple of weeks, and it's nice to see it finally play off. And we've worked really well, especially losing Chloe and just bouncing back from that injury.
Well, and that's the thing, that you never know how a team's going to respond to an injury like that, but you girls have seemed to put things together, and everybody's stepping up to kind of fill in for her.
Yeah, we filled in really well, and we practiced. We've moved around a lot, and we just have really filled in Chloe's spot and worked really well together.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. Now you get to go across the river and play in the River Queen Classic over at Clinton High School, and I know you guys probably have big goals set for that tournament as well.
Yeah, we're really excited to have another tournament, another chance to maybe win a championship and bring it home again.
All right, well, best of luck to you. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Now we'll get head coach Stacy Gurman in. That was Jessa Reed. She played well tonight. Lots of Steamers played well tonight in this victory, winning 25-15, 25-16. And coach rolling along, coming off that championship at the Byron Invitational, and then the roadie over Polo, and now here tonight against AFC, and the girls played well.
Yeah, we really did. Like you said, at Byron, we went 5-0, and it was they just were really into it that day, and I mean everybody was swinging, and you know when we had chances where we started to tip, then we just try to build that confidence. Say you got to swing, and it really worked well for us. When they play confidently. Tuesday we went over to Polo, and it was a little rough. We won. We pulled it out in 3, and not to take anything away from Polo, they played hard. They dug up a lot of our balls and things like that. But we just played really flat. We were really slow. Not talking. And we can't get into that. And I said, tonight when we come out here tonight, we have to play. We have to be a voice. Yeah. Everybody has to be a voice out there, and everybody has to move their feet. Like your feet have a voice, and it's got to be fast, and we can't start slow. It's too hard. The game of volleyball is the worst game to start out slow at because it's too hard to dig yourself out of it.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it played well. Lots of players just stepped up. We talked in previous matches the fact that, having to fill in for Chloe's absence up front, and you're getting some good net play, and everybody seems to be starting to mesh together and seeing how each other plays.
Yeah, I mean, Haley played really well in the middle today. She had some really good hits, and Iris is still working on it, Yeah. I mean, there's just times where she comes in too early, but then she still gets an effective tip, Yeah. And I know in her mind it's not good enough, but we're like, Iris, you're there, you're doing great, you're still getting a kill, kill's a kill. And,
that's right.
And Jessa, she really stepped up tonight. I mean, she had a great, strong right side game tonight, and that's good for her. Jessa's always been that utility player for us. Mm-hmm. Last year she had to play behind every outside, every middle, and every right side, and she's played every position. And, you know, she's stepping up this year and really owning her spot right now. I'm pretty proud of her.
All right, well, with that, now you get to cross the river over into Iowa, play at Clinton High School for the River Queen Classic, and I know you probably have your sights set on maybe bringing a trophy back across the river again.
That would be nice. You know, last year we struggled, had a couple people hurt, and we only ended up with playing 3 games last year, and this year we're guaranteed 5 no matter what. He kind of changed, Mike could kind of change the format of the tournament for us, which I like, because if I go somewhere I want to play 5 games.
Right.
But yeah, there's going to be some good competition there. You know, there's some kids that I know, you know, that have played on some club teams, you know, that are some pretty big players, and so that'll be good for us. I really do think that we play up to tougher competition, which is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, which is
right.
a really good thing.
Right.
I think that, you know, that's why we did so well at the Byron tournament. You know, those last 2 games that we played were tough. They were tough competition, and our girls really played intense, and so I'm hoping to see that this Saturday.
Well, that's one thing we talked about, the fact that you like to schedule tougher teams that you hope pay off down the road, as opposed to playing maybe more of a, I don't know if weaker's the term to use, but a team that's not as strong as this competition that you're going to be playing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I like to play our non-conference games first, you know, before our conference, because we've got like 2 weeks,
right.
you know, where we could get those games in. And, you know, I mean, I chose Galena, you know, and Riverdale, and, you know, even in Northeast,
yeah.
you know, I mean, they're doing well. They've got some great, you know, hitters, and so I want that competition. And the tournaments too. Like I would like to find a tournament that's a little bit earlier, and there are some out there, but it's not the competition that we're in now. I mean, all 4 of our tournaments are good competition, and I hate to drop those, and I just kind of keep my eye out, you know, and if there's one that comes up that is as good as the ones that we're in, because we are in some pretty intense tournaments, and
yeah.
I love it. And you know, like the Byron one, we were, you know, on a waiting list for a while, you know, and even Stillman a long time ago, and so you don't want to give that up.
Yeah, right. All right, well, congratulations on the win. Let's keep it going. Things going good, and hopefully keep improving, and then coming away with some good competition across the river there, and then back in the conference play.
Absolutely, we're ready.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks.
That's head coach Stacy Gurman of the victorious Fulton Steamers, who defeat the AFC Raiders tonight in 2 straight sets, winning 25-15 and 25-16. Steamers now sitting at 2-1 in the Southern Division of the NUIC. They're 9-3 on the season, and again on Saturday they'll travel across the river over to Clinton, Iowa, where they'll take part in the River Queen Classic. And then on Tuesday next week, they'll be back in NUIC Southern Division play when they'll travel to Amboy to face the Clippers. So Fulton takes the JV match over AFC 2-0. They win the varsity contest as well, 2-0. And that's going to do it for our telecast tonight. I'd like to thank those behind the scenes for their great engineering work this evening. Thanks to you for tuning in to our telecast tonight. And, of course, thanks to Fulton High School for allowing me to bring you my 13th season of covering Fulton Steamer sports. So, again, the final here tonight is Fulton downing AFC in the varsity match 25-15, 25-16. Steamers also take the JV match over the Raiders 2-0. We'll have Steamer football coming up tomorrow night. Until then, Robert Bertram saying so long from Fulton High School and Stan Borgman Court.